For a long time, you stand at the base of your own life looking up. From this vantage point, everything is monolithic. Your dreams aren't just ideas, they're skyscrapers with their heads lost in the crowds, so massively that they seem to block out the sun. You walk the sidewalks of your daily routine, and they feel endless, stretching out towards a horizon you can't quite see. The crowds around you are a heavy, shifting tide, and the weight of your own ambition, the desire to make an impact, to reform the world, or to simply be seen, feels like a physical pressure against your chest. At ground level, the world is all-encompassing. A loud and crowded maze where every obstacle is a giant and every turn is a commitment. But then comes the moment of lift. It starts with a low roar, a sudden acceleration of spirit that pushes you back into your seat as you begin to rise. At first, the climb is steep and shaky, and you cling to the familiar details of the world you're leaving. But as the wheels leave the tarmac, the perspective begins to shift. You look out the window and see the city you thought was infinite start to reveal its edges. Those skyscrapers, the ones that dictated the terms of your reality, begin to shrink. They lose their jagged, intimidating heights and turn into neat gray blocks, looking more like toys left on the rug than the Goliaths they once were. The higher you go, the quieter it becomes. The massive crowds that felt so suffocating have vanished entirely, replaced by the silent, organized beauty of a grid. The endless sidewalks have narrowed into thin silver threads, weaving through neighborhoods that now look like patchworks of quilt of green and gold. You realize that the ginormous problems you left on the ground haven't actually changed in size. They've just been placed in their proper context. The roads that felt like a permanent labyrinth are now just faint lines on a map, eventually fading into the haze of the distance until they disappear altogether. And then, as you reach the cruising altitude of your new understanding, the world truly expands. You realize that while you were standing on that street corner, you were judging the size of the universe by the heights of the walls around you. Up here, the horizon doesn't end at all. The next block, it curves with the very shape of the earth. You see oceans you never knew were so close, forests that stretch beyond the imagination, and 1,000 other cities glowing like embers in the twilight. The dreams that once seemed too big to handle now seem perfectly sized for a world this vast. You aren't an ant trying to move a mountain anymore. You're a traveler, looking out over an infinite field of possibility. The world hasn't grown larger while you were in the air. Your vision has simply finally caught up to the reality of how much space there actually is for you to move in. You lean back, watching the last recognizable landmark slip away, and for the first time, you breathe in the sheer, staggering scale of the open sky.